Well, welcome inside the Bryce Jordan Center as number 24 Penn State gets ready to tip off against Indiana at 8:30 tonight. Last time Penn State played here, it was against Ohio State. And if you take a look behind me, there are curtains that are down right now. But a sold-out crowd for the first time since 2011. Penn State comes out without its best shooter, Myron Jones, and still manages to get the win. BG was going for their 4th state title in 6 years. This is actually a rematch between Farrell and BG. They played each other back in 2015, and BG ended up taking home that state title, but they weren't so lucky this afternoon. Well, you've seen him around Penn State, spreading positivity wherever he goes. But a few years ago, Zach Williams ran into someone pretty popular in State College, and he left quite the impression. 2 Pennsylvania NFL team seasons were on the line yesterday. Both teams playing at the same time, one on the west side, one on the east side, but both of them playing to survive and advance. So the ride down to Somerset County, in my opinion, is a calm, peaceful drive. But the ride on the Jennerstown Speedway track is wild.
Our Rosie Langello live. Rosie, it's incredible how a week changes everything.
Yeah, Jack, good evening. You know, back-to-back losses isn't ideal for Penn State right now. They definitely struggled on the offensive side of the ball. Only 4 guys were able to put it in the hoop this afternoon for Penn State. Jennerstown Speedway let us find our need for speed by letting me drive in a race car. First, I put on all the necessary gear, including the helmet. After climbing in, I was buckled into a 5-point harness seatbelt.
Make sure you're strapped in there when you hit the wall.
Oh, what?
I'm kidding.
Jokes aside, I was pretty nervous, but then I put the pedal to the metal and... All right, Kaden, just how big was that defensive stop there at the end?
It was the biggest play of the game. We just had to... I'm going to free. I can't do this.
That's okay, that's right. Sometimes all you need is a warm embrace. Zach Williams is one of the happiest guys in Happy Valley, but he's also one of Penn State football's secret weapons. Landing your dream job in your early 20s is not easy to do.
It's a huge, good program I work for.
For Zach, it was all about being at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
We were getting gas at Sheets, and I noticed Coach Franklin at the other side, at the other pumps, and I just said to the boys, I said, go say hello to Coach. Just go say hello to him. And of course, Zach has to go give him a big hug, and he finished up with his gas, and he pulls around, gets out of his car again, and says, you know, I've had a rough week, and that just made my day.
And then, while Zach was a part of LifeLink PSU, he ran into defensive end Torrance Brown on campus after he suffered a serious knee injury in 2017. Zach was holding a bag of cookies when...
And I gave the cookies to Torrance. And then he said, you made my day.
The pictures went viral, and after that, Zach ran into Coach Franklin again.
His Franklin came by at the hub, and he got me free sandwiches. He said 2 things. During free sandwiches, I was like, heck yeah.
And Coach also asked him to attend the team's practice. Now at 23 years old, Zach still helps out at practices, all while balancing 2 other jobs.
It's always lit.
But his most important role, providing positivity whenever the team needs it.
I sat down and I asked him what he wanted to do, and Zach told me he wanted to work for the football team. So that was kind of thrilling to have that come back at us. When you have a son with a disability, you just want him to have a good life, and this kid's living a better life in it than most people.
So if you're ever looking for a warm embrace, just find Zach.
Let's go!
The more excited a human gets,
You ready? You're the next time out.
Next time out?
Next time out, get your TV.
the faster the heart beats.
I have to go behind the curtain.
This is Ethan Cook, also known as PSU TV Guy, a title that was born his sophomore year.
PJ, the athletic marketing director, he said to me, your job is to give out the TVs. Now, I don't care how you do it, you just have to milk it. And I did such a great job that he said to me after the event, he said, you are doing that every single home basketball game from here on out.
But that almost never happened.
Initially, when I was born, my heart stopped. My dad was trying to get into the room, asking if everything was okay, and I had stopped breathing. And so initially, people were thinking that, you know, I was a stillbirth. They were thinking that I was not going to survive. This little doctor comes in, and saves my life, brings me back to life. And the minute my dad's able to come back into the room, he holds me thinking that I'm dead. And then I give a yawn, and he doesn't let go of me.
Ethan arrived 6 weeks early.
One thing that people should know about me is that I have autism and ADHD. Like, I was teased a lot for the way I acted at sporting events and stuff like that. And you know, I was initially very nervous coming to my first basketball game. And then, you know, after the game, I was standing next to somebody and I said, listen, I'm sorry if I was a little too much. And they're like, dude, what are you talking about? You were awesome.
Guess what?
That energy earned him his own credential.
You throw that on, you're in, no problem. You be the man, you be the guy.
Oh my God. I never thought I would develop the relationship that I have with Coach Chambers to this day. I didn't think I could do that.
Oh my God.
Like, I never thought that I would be the one to do this. I came into Penn State with a lot of pride, but I didn't know it would get me this far.
And it's pride that shines at every athletic event, where Ethan's heart beats to the sound of game days.